We are building a Python fast API project where we will split the PDF and we will use Python and fast API. Okay. So first, make sure you have Python installed on your system, and then we will create a virtual environment using this command. So, and also make sure you have created new folder and open it in the VS Code, yeah? And then open new terminal from here. Okay, once you create the environment, you need to activate it. So we'll copy this again, and once the environment is activated, you can see that it starts showing up here. Then we need to install a couple of libraries to do that. So I will just copy this and install those. Okay, and we create a main.py file at the root level, and we'll start writing code over here. So first, we need to import IO, then from, from fast API, import fast API, then upload file from and HTTP exception. Then from PyPDF library, we need to import PDF reader, then PDF writer. Okay, from path.lib, import path and import UID. Okay, so first we will create the instance app equal to fast API and then call it, and I will also declare output directory, and we will store our all of the outputs in this folder. So for production applications, it can be S3 object bucket. We can store our files, whatever user uploaded. We can store that into the S3. But right now, I'll just create folder at root level output, and it will store inside that output directory dot back directory, and we also like exist okay true. So if it exists, then it will just override that. Then uh, our main HTTP route will be post. So app.post slash split PDF. Okay. So basically we will make request to this route, and we will send the file and in how many pages we want to split that. So let's say the PDF has 10 pages and we want to split it into the two parts. So basically we will say like 5. So it will break on every 5 pages, right? So it will create two of them. So that's what we are building. So here I have written that okay, we need to make a request on this route, and then async def split PDF, and here so two parameters we will pass. So one will be file, it will be of type upload file, and we will receive the file data. I'll just pass it the triple dot spread, then n, and it will be of integer, and from to again spread. Okay, so now we need to check if file dot content type is not equal to application PDF. So if someone sends another extension file like Word or text, so it won't be valid, right? Because we are performing operation on PDFs only. So Multer is the exception. So there should be exception and we'll set status code 400, and in detail we'll say that file must be PDF. Okay, now next thing is if the number that we want to split into is less than 0, which is not ideal, right? So again, we will raise the exception, the CTV exception, we set the status code of 400, indicating that it's an error, and in the detail, we will say n must be greater than 0. Yeah. Okay. Once our check is done, now we will do our operations below. So PDF bytes equal to await, and we'll read the file dot read. Okay. Then reader equal to PDF reader, and IO dot bytes IO, and pass the PDF bytes here. Okay, and then we also get the total pages in the PDF. So total pages equal to length of render, sorry, reader dot pages. Then the job ID. Now the job ID I'm creating here because I need to know that okay, this request, certain request came, and I will just assign random job ID to it, so I can store it in the particular job ID. So in the real world scenario, the user will be authenticated. So yeah, so you don't need to do that. But right now, since we are building this MVP application, temporary application, so yeah, so I will just create a job ID. So I can give some unique values to every request. Yeah. So string new ID, so unique ID, I will generate for this one, uh, job directory equal to output directory slash job ID and job ID dot make directory. Okay, so this will create that unique job ID, and let's create the output files. Here we'll store our values, then part will be 1 initially. Now, now next part is really simple. We just need to loop through the total pages and start dividing them. So for start in range initially starts from 0, then total pages, and n, and here writer equal to PDF writer, and for I in range start and minimum of start plus n, and total pages. Okay, writer dot add page reader dot pages of the current page. Okay, so basically we split it and we will append it into the new PDF. Okay, so now after we do that, we need to output that. So output path equal to job directory. slash before. So it will be part. You will know that which part is that dot PDF. Yeah. Then with open output path wb as yeah. So basically we will save it in the directory and writer dot write. Yeah. Okay. And we'll append also. So output files dot append str dot output path. Okay. And once the one part is done, we will increment the value. So it will go on till the last pages, right? Yep. We need to increment it by one. Yep. Okay. So once this is done, so what we need to do is we need to return something to the server. So this is the request. Uh, so we'll pass the file PDF file and we'll say that okay, divide it into the five parts. So it has divided the file into the five parts. So we will need this kind of output. So we'll return job ID, job ID, yeah, the next total pages, the next is pages for file, n, and then files underscore created, output length of output files, and then output files itself. Okay, so let's save this. Let's run this. To run this, we need to execute using unicorn. Okay, so as you can see, it is running on server. And output folder is also created, but since we did not make any requests, so that's why it is blank right now. So let's go here and so create a new request. So once you click on it, you can create new request and select the HTTP post method. And since our route is different name, so split PDF this name. So let's go here and this part split PDF. So select body and in the form data, uh, add new key. So file type here file, and as you can see, like there is small drop down. So from here, select the file. So you can select the file itself and select any PDF. So I have selected this big PDF, and basically I will divide it by 10. Okay. So after every 10 pages, it will create parts, right? So if I send the request, see, my PDF had 28 pages and pages per file became like 10. So that is only logical because I sent 10. So at most it can create 3 only. So that's why the send files created 3. And if you look at this part 1, part 2, part 3, and if I go to the folder now, you can see that under this particular job ID, I can see like 3 PDFs. Each one has 10 pages, and the last one will have 8 pages because the total PDF had uh, this last one had 28, right? So that's why. So yeah, this is our project. It is complete. I will attach the code in the description, upload it to GitHub and add the link in the description.